Have you ever been fired up about something, maybe after reading a book, watching a powerful video, or attending a seminar, only to feel completely unmotivated a few days later? At first, you're inspired. You feel like this is the moment everything changes. You're ready to wake up early, hit the gym, launch that project, or finally break that bad habit. And then life happens. You wake up the next morning and that fire is already fading. By the end of the week, it's just gone. Most people think the problem is willpower. They assume they need more discipline to stay motivated, but that's not it at all. The real reason motivation fades? It's because motivation is an emotion, and emotions by nature come and go. But what if I told you there's a way to train your system so that motivation isn't something you need to chase, but something you create on demand? That's what we're getting into today. In this video, you'll learn why motivation is always unreliable and what actually works instead. How high performers don't rely on willpower, but train themselves to take action effortlessly. And a simple way to condition motivation so you can feel driven on command. Motivation is one of the biggest illusions people fall for. Most people think that the key to success is staying motivated, that if they could just maintain that excitement, they'd finally follow through. But let's be real, if motivation worked, we wouldn't have millions of people struggling with unfinished projects, abandoned fitness routines, and half-written books. The truth? Motivation isn't a strategy, it's a temporary feeling. Think about it, if motivation were all you needed, people wouldn't start the year with New Year's resolutions only to give up by February. That's why the most successful people in the world, elite athletes, top entrepreneurs, artists, do not rely on motivation. Instead, they train themselves to take action without needing to feel like it. They don't sit around waiting to be inspired. They build systems inside themselves that make action automatic. And that's exactly what we're about to unpack. If motivation isn't the answer, then what is? The secret is your nervous system. Most people don't realize this, but your ability to take action isn't based on mindset alone. It's deeply tied to the state of your body. Your nervous system controls everything, your energy levels, focus, and emotional drive. So if you learn how to train it, you'll never need to find motivation again. Here's how that works. Step 1, shift your physiology to activate energy. Ever notice how hard it is to feel motivated when your body is sluggish? That's because low energy states create low energy emotions. If you want to shift into action, start with your body. Simple changes like altering your breath, engaging in quick movement, or even adjusting your posture can shift your state in seconds. Athletes use this all the time. They don't wait to feel motivated before training. They activate their energy so they become ready to move. You can do the same. Step 2, create triggers that drive. Have you ever heard a song and instantly felt a wave of nostalgia? That's because the brain associates certain stimuli with emotional responses. You can use this to your advantage by creating anchors for motivation. For example, if you consistently listen to a specific playlist while working, over time, your brain starts linking that music to deep focus. Or if you do a quick stretch before writing every day, that movement becomes a cue that signals your brain it's go time. The more you repeat this, the less you'll need to psych yourself up because your brain and body will already know it's time to take action. Step 3, automate action so motivation isn't needed. The final and most important piece, high performers don't rely on motivation because they don't need to. They've built habits that take decision-making out of the equation. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't have to feel motivated to do it. It's just automatic. Now imagine applying that same principle to working out, writing, practicing an instrument, whatever you want to be consistent with. The key is repetition. Your brain thrives on patterns, and the more you repeat an action, the less energy it takes. And this is where real momentum comes from. Think about Olympic athletes. They train for years, not because they wake up feeling inspired every day, but because they've trained their bodies and minds to just do it. If an elite sprinter had to find motivation before every practice, they'd never make it. Instead, they've built deep neural pathways that make their training second nature. They don't think, they just go. And when you understand that motivation is just an emotion, but habits wire drive into your nervous system, everything changes. You stop waiting to feel like it and start taking action regardless of how you feel. What would change in your life if you no longer needed motivation to do the things you know are important? Think about that for a second. What if taking action wasn't something you struggled with, but something you just did? The same way you brush your teeth or drive a car. That's the shift we're talking about, and it's 100% possible. I was talking to a client recently who struggled with consistency. They were constantly waiting to feel ready, to go to the gym, work on their business, even meditate. Once they started training their nervous system, instead of chasing motivation, everything changed. Now, they don't try to stay on track, they just do it. And the best part, they say it feels effortless. So I'm curious, how does this land for you? Have you ever noticed how motivation fades and wished you had a way to stay consistent regardless of how you feel? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this resonated with you and you're ready to train yourself to take action effortlessly, there's a whole process for rewiring your nervous system to make that happen. I've put together a deeper exploration of these concepts. Check it out in the description below. And if you're interested in more insights like this, I share practical tools for personal growth over on Instagram at Mike Wang Coaching, plus a weekly newsletter filled with insights on training your mind and emotions. Feel free to check those out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.